All right. Here we go, back again on the other side of the coin. All right, welcome back to the other side of the coin, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my God, what is going on? It has really kicked off since yesterday. The pursuit of Enzo Fernandez, the pursuit of happiness. Man, we are hunting down Benfica now. We are literally on their throat. We've got our hands on their, you can even say legs. We've got our feet on their throat, and we want the guy. We want Enzo Fernandez. I don't know whether our owners have actually gone to Portugal. There are some reports. Well, Matt Law is saying that our owners are looking to perhaps go there as well. I hope they do, man. I hope they do. Get the owners on board, get everyone involved, get all the members in the board, get all the recruitment people, get them all to Portugal. Bring them all there. Take them all there. Take all of these people to Portugal and bring back Enzo Fernandez. Absolutely bring him back. You're right, Santiago, man. Rui Costa is surrounded. Rui Costa, you're gonna. I think it's got to a point where it has to happen now. It's got to that point where we've literally got our hands on their throat, and we are pressing in hard. We are suffocating them, and they're gonna have to give up now. They do have to give up, because we are now literally doing everything. We are even saying to them, we will hit your release clause. We will pay you what you want. Whether we pay all of that up front, I don't know. But we have said we will pay what you want. We may even go overs. Ask for more, and we'll give you more. Do you know what I mean? So it's incredible what went down last night. There was obviously since early morning. I didn't want to get too excited, but I think now I can't see it how it goes any other way. Honestly, I can't see it how it goes any other way. Benfica, at the end of the day, as I've said it so many times from the beginning, they're a selling club. With all due respect, Benfica, and to the fans out there, some Benfica fans yesterday was cussing on my comments section saying, you filthy fans, this, that, the other. Look, whether you like it or not, Benfica fans, you guys are a selling club. I'm sorry. The big dogs will always come and take your players away from you. But on top of that, there was a very interesting space that Ben Jacobs had last night, UK time, where there was I think it was a Benfica fan or someone who seems to know quite a bit about Benfica. They were saying that financially, Benfica, they're not in the best of situation. It's in their interest to let go of Enzo Fernandez and make this money. It's a lot of money. Do you know what I mean? Enzo Fernandez, we're looking at something around 120 million euros plus. Don't forget the taxes. Of course, the taxes, Benfica don't make any money out of that. That goes straight to the government. That's tax. But that's a large sum of money, man. That's a large sum of money to put your head, to turn your head away from. And apparently, it looks like it's quite apparent now that we've sort of said thank you very much to Moses Caicedo, Brighton. We don't want to deal with that. Brighton are quite stoked, about staunch. They're quite staunch about the whole situation with Moses Caicedo. They don't want to sell him, and they want to keep him. And they're charging somewhere around 90 million. So we've made a we've made a decision that we're not going to pursue Moses Caicedo. Ben Stokes is saying, let me have a look at this. Miz, your tweet about Enzo looks like a player that wants to leave was right. Exactly. That whole video that whole video where Enzo Fernandez, when he was speaking to, when he was showing that gesture, fist pumps and showing that he's staying and all of that. It looks like I was right when I tweeted it out. Yeah, for some reason I just couldn't get that word out. Conscious, my man. Exactly. I don't know why. Conscious. Yeah, conscious. Just couldn't get that word out of my mouth at all. But yeah, man, that tweet about Enzo Fernandez showing that gesture definitely looks like now. Even though it was a joke, that I was saying, that looks like he's saying to the Benfica fans that he's leaving. Yeah, it looks like he is leaving. But yeah, man, look, I think now it's at a situation where, honestly, I can't see how Rui Costa and Benfica says no to us. And there's reports as well that part of Benfica's board are actually in agreement. Like, they want this deal to happen. It's not the entirety of the Benfica board that's against it. Rui Costa, I guess at the end of the day, I mean, yes, it is an important player for them. They're in the Champions League. I can understand why they want to hold on to this particular player, because they're doing well this particular season. So, they're trying to do their level best to keep the player and maybe have a successful time in the Champions League campaign. So I can understand from Rui Costa's point of view, and he's a World Cup winner. He's a marquee player for Benfica. So in terms of Benfica's brand, having a player like Enzo Fernandez really lifts them. Everyone's focused. Everyone will be watching them. So yeah, I mean, I really can't see how Benfica now says no to this. Honestly, we've got a stranglehold on this situation, and we've got everyone involved, absolutely everyone involved in this particular matter at the moment. Jorge Mendes is involved, all the members, sporting, our technical director, recruitment people, everyone, even our owners, they're all involved right now, absolutely involved, and I can't see how this actually doesn't happen anymore. I'll be very surprised from here on in if this falls through. Like, surely this happens now. It's nothing to do with Champions League. Benfica are trying to squeeze as much as money as they possibly can because they caught a case from UEFA. Yeah, that too, of course. Yeah, they want to squeeze as much as money. It kind of looks like the first time when we went there, we were, obviously you're going to try and negotiate. You're not going to bend over backwards and give Benfica whatever they want. It was some form of a negotiation tactics from us to not pay exactly what Benfica wants. So then we went away. We let it sort of settle down for a little bit. And now we're coming back again. And now Benfica knows that we desperately want this particular player. But I'm glad we're going for Enzo Fernandez. I'm glad that we've sort of given up on that Moses Caicedo situation. Moses Caicedo, Brighton has rejected yet another Arsenal's bid. I think Arsenal went for 70 million pounds, 60 million plus, I think 10 million in add-ons, something like that. And Brighton has rejected that. So yeah, I think pursuing Moses Caicedo would have been foolish at this stage, even though I like that midfielder a lot, but that money just didn't make sense. And Brighton's going left, right, and center and rejecting these bids anyway. They're looking for at least 90 million. And for me, that just doesn't make sense. I'm glad we've put all our focus on Enzo Fernandez, and we're going absolutely hard for Enzo Fernandez now. Absolutely hard, which is brilliant. Orny did give us a cute little dagger in the morning, though. Yep, we're going to look into all of that. I'm just going to bring this up right now, ladies and gentlemen. This is from David Ornstein, the Orny that makes all of us horny. Chelsea talks for Enzo Fernandez have advanced, dialogue ongoing since rejection and now ramping up in search of deal. CFC will go high if Benfica payment term right to avoid summer battle. No other players currently involved. This is brilliant. This is brilliant. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, Pedro Porro for Spurs has fallen through. Oh man, it's such a Spursy thing to do, isn't it? They can't even lock down a player. Even after a here we go, it's been reneged. It's mad. But coming back to on this situation, we're looking to go even high. We're looking to go even higher than what Benfica has asked for. If they can give us the right payment terms, this is very important. Now, this is what's happening at the moment. First of all, Enzo Fernandez, ladies and gentlemen. Enzo Fernandez is he wants to join Chelsea Football Club. So he wants to move. He's agreed on personal terms, something around 7.5-year contract, which is quite normal. We've been handing out 7.5-year contracts. So personal terms agreed, which is fantastic. He wants to join the football club. He wants to join Chelsea. Number two, we know that we're now willing to apparently pay the release clause. And in fact, go even overs. We're looking to go overs. As long as Benfica give us the right payment structure. Because I don't know whether we want to pay all of that money up front. We want to have some installments. At the end of the day, Benfica, you're going to get your money. In fact, you may even get more if you just give us the payment structure, which is smart business from us. And that's exactly how I pictured us doing this earlier on. Go beyond the release clause, get them to, offer us some payment structure plans and get this deal done. Eliminate any sort of issues come summer if there's some rival clubs wanting to get their hands on Enzo Fernandez. So a player wants to come to us. We're looking to pay the release clause, and over that, some parts of the Benfica board are also keen on doing this business. Don't forget River Plate. River Plate is also pushing Benfica because they're going to earn some money. River Plate's got a sell-on clause. We're doing everything. It only seems like it's Rui Costa now holding it up, and I don't think he can hold it up much longer. I really don't think he can hold it up much longer. And on top of that, there's reports apparently Benfica has got some financial strife. So they need the money. Benfica needs the money. Player wants to move to Chelsea Football Club. We're looking to pay even overs than the release clause. And some parts of the Benfica board wants this to happen as well. I will be literally surprised if it doesn't happen now. I mean, we're doing everything possible. This is from Fabrizio Romano. Chelsea have scheduled a new round of talks for Enzo Fernandez on Monday. Full focus on getting it done. Player side won't be an issue. Todd Boehly, Behdad Eghbali, and the board are on it. Chelsea will reach 120 million. Depends on Rui Costa. And this was late yesterday from Matt Law. Chelsea's officials could travel to Portugal to get the deal done. You best believe if these guys are going to Portugal, and I hope they are, I hope these two lads are going there, along with all the other people. I think then it's done and dusted. I think they'll bring the player home with them. So for me now, it's mad because Benfica, at the end of the day, and the other factor is, ladies and gentlemen, we need to understand the kind of money that Benfica is getting from us. Well, supposedly will get from us if this deal happens. Benfica will never see this level of money for Enzo Fernandez again. Come summer, none of the clubs around the world will even think about paying 120 million, 100 whatever million. They'll certainly won't pay all of that up front. So from that perspective as well, Benfica needs to think. You are not going to see this level of money that Chelsea's throwing from any other clubs. All the other clubs, they'll go low. They'll start low. For him saying PSG might, look at their team, but look at the amount of money they're throwing already in their team. Mbappe, Neymar, Messi. Do you know what I mean? They potentially could. You're right. They have the money. They potentially could. But then why aren't they doing it now, though, as well, right? Why aren't they doing it now? Digital Film Reviews, Man City, yeah. But why aren't these clubs doing it now? This is something to think about. Why aren't any of these clubs looking to hit more than 120 million or even the release clause now? Do you know what I mean? If these teams, if these clubs actually have the money to do so, which I think they do, but why aren't they looking to do it now? It's because they're not interested at 120 million. They're not interested. For me, this is the time. This is the time. I don't think Benfica gets this level of money. If Benfica waits till summer, it's a different ballgame. They're going to get less. Look at, for instance, Erling Haaland with Dortmund. Dortmund could have got a lot more if they just got into negotiations with us a little bit. At the end, they just got the release clause, which was roughly around 70 million pounds. They could have done some sort of business with us and maybe could have even got 100 million pounds. It does not make sense for Benfica to keep this player anymore. It does not make sense. They're a selling club. This is the most you're going to get for Enzo Fernandez. Most. From here on in, it's only going to be less. And don't forget, you don't know what the future holds. You just don't know what the future holds. What if all of a sudden Enzo Fernandez starts going through a bad form? Or God forbid, he gets injured. Then Benfica's stuck. Benfica is absolutely stuck. This is, as a businessman, like Benfica's, they need to know when is the best time to let go. They need to understand what's the peak of a particular player's value. So I think right now, this is it. They get the most money. Right now, they get the most money. All right, let's have a look at what you guys are saying. Ms. Haaland deal was never happening for us. Way too many other costs with Haaland. Example, agent fee, and his dad gets commission. Look, don't think that with the Enzo Fernandez deal, there's not going to be agent fees. There's definitely going to be agent fees. There's going to be taxes, agent fees, this, that, the other, the lot. That's normal. Very normal on every deal. It's not specifically just on Haaland deal. The only thing about the Haaland deal is, the dad payment. But, agents can ramp up their payments as well. Benfica's academy has 10 replacements. Yeah, their scouts are good. Their scouts are good. Benfica have shareholders, Ms. Only if there's enough shareholders that want the sale. I'm sure they're going to all get together and they'll have to agree on this. I don't understand why they will say no to all this money. I really don't get it. I would not understand how they decline this level of offer. Apparently, Benfica board is divided on whether to do the deal or not. That's a good sign if you ask me. 100% agreed. You want it to be divided. You want a portion that actually wants this deal to happen. I can't understand. Enzo is 120 million and Onahi is an elite player, went 10 million to Olympique Marseille. Hype, man, hype, of course. Hype has to do with a lot of it. Obviously, Enzo Fernandez has been Argentinian World Cup winner. There was a lot of focus on Enzo Fernandez even before the World Cup. Onahi is just, had Morocco maybe gone to the World Cup, it could have been a bit different. Had people known about Onahi before the World Cup, it would have been different. If he smashes at Olympique Marseille, then next time around it's going to be different. Baba in the house. Hope you're doing all right. Big up, Miz. Just want to know that if we trigger the release clause, Will it eliminate Benfica out of the picture? I think the whole point of the release clause is that we bypass the club. I think we need to understand here is hitting the release clause. There's two different variations here. One, hitting the release clause, paying all of that money up front, then it completely eliminates Benfica off, because we're just paying the entire release clause up front. And this is what Benfica has wanted from us from the get-go. They wanted the entire money of the release clause in one payment. In that case, Benfica has nothing to say. We just shake our hands, give them the money, and we move on. We take the player and we leave. But the issue here is we want to hit the release clause with a different option. We want to hit the release clause. In fact, we want to even go above the release clause. But we're looking to get a payment structure. We want to pay it over, 2 installments, 3 installments, whatever the case is. That's where the issue is. That's where the whole situation is at the moment. And Benfica doesn't want to agree to that. But now we are forcing Benfica. We're telling Benfica, look, God damn it, we're going to give you more. Your release clause is 120 million. We may even potentially give you 130. But give us a payment structure. You're going to get more money, just not up front. You're going to get it in installments. And for Benfica, I'm telling you right now, no one is hitting that 120 million release clause in the summer. No one's paying all of that up front. No one. So right now, you have your opportunity to get this deal done. And on top of that, the player wants to move. The player wants to move. You don't want to keep an unhappy player, man. You really don't want to keep an unhappy player. Benfica could make a run in UCL like Ajax a few years ago. So even if it makes sense financially, from a footballing perspective, it's understandable. Yeah, from footballing perspective, 100% it's understandable. Benfica, Champions League. As I've said, I think they're one of the dark horses in the Champions League, along with Napoli. There's definitely interest from a footballing term to keep him, but from a financial term, from a business term, at the end of the day, Benfica will never be able to keep Enzo Fernandez for too long anyway. Eventually, you're going to have to let him go. Much like you've had to let go of many of the other players previously. Angel Di Maria, Simão, João Felix, many more, Darwin Núñez, many more. Like they've always been, I think, what's his name? Ruben Diaz, David Luiz, all the way back. And there's been plenty. You've always been a selling club. You're not going to be able to hold on to these players. Now, how do you ensure that you maximize their amount? I think this is it right now. This is the maximum amount of money you'll ever get for Enzo Fernandez. If Benfica agreed the installment terms, we are happy to loan him for 6 months, and player will come in summer and Nkunku and Gusto. Look, even this would be amazing. I think this question was brought up on Ben Jacobs' space yesterday on Twitter. I can't remember exactly what Ben Jacobs said, but maybe this is a particular avenue we can look into as well. Much like the Malo Gusto, deal that we did. Get him and loan him back. Ramirez is another one. Yeah, they're a feeder team, man. They're a feeder team. So they need to understand. They need to understand what their role is. Benfica also don't have the time to find a replacement in the winter. They might find one in the summer. Someone said to me, and correct me if I'm wrong, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know if this is true or not. Apparently, Portuguese league, their window doesn't close on the 31st of January. They have another 2 more days after. Is that right? Still, obviously not enough, but I'm certain their scouts would have, had one eye on few players. They should have anticipated that Enzo Fernandez is probably looking to leave. And they should have a contingency plan ready. if this was to happen. If they don't have that, I think they're quite naive. I mean, honestly, if we get Enzo Fernandez, then I would expect a different second half of the season, at least top 6 or maybe top 4. Do you know what? I'm glad you brought this point up. If Enzo Fernandez happens, number one, this will be the greatest of all-time windows ever in Chelsea Football Club. And that too in January, when everyone says, big deals don't happen in January. Big deals don't happen in January. That's more of a summer thing. We've literally transformed the team in one window. Literally. Badiashile in defense. Enzo Fernandez in midfield. Malo Augusto as a right back. Yes, he'll come from next season. But still, it's a deal done. João Felix, creativity. Mudryk, 1v1. Up front, lots of pace. Madueke on the right side, 1v1. Andre Santos as well, youngster in the middle, balling for Brazil, under 20s. David Datro Fofana, up front, young striker. Don't forget Nkunku, next season, already in the bag. It has to go down as the best window ever. And we've literally fixed the entire team. Yes, we have to let go of a few players. I think once Enzo Fernandez happens, I think a lot of players will. We're going to quickly see. Conor Gallagher is probably got he's about he's going to be gone. Conor Gallagher's head's on the chopping block. Ziyech will probably have to leave as well. We're going to see fast a lot of players leave once Enzo Fernandez happens. But you're right. Once all of this happens, there is literally no more excuse. No more excuse for Graham Potter. And that's good. I want to see Graham Potter where we can judge him completely. From here on, if Graham Potter goes on that run that we went through, where we had 10 games, 2 wins, he'll be sacked. He'll be sacked. Straight up, he'll be sacked. Because the amount of talent that Chelsea Football Club will have, if and when we get Enzo Fernandez, is mad. It's actually mad. Just deep it for a second, ladies. The kind of business that we've done. I was even okay without Enzo Fernandez. Yesterday, I was telling you guys, this will go down as one of the best windows anyway, because we've done a madness. But to put Enzo as well, oh my God. Absolutely crazy. Selcho, Gallagher, Ruben Loftus-Cheek, Mount, Ziyech, Pulisic, Aspie, Broha, Sterling, sell the lot. Do you know what? I'm keen to see exactly what happens to Mason Mount. I think most of those players, Callum Hudson-Odoi, Gallagher, Ruben Loftus-Cheek, Ziyech, Pulisic, Aspie, those guys were gone. Do you know what I mean? Broja, we'll see. I think Broja's career could be under a lot of trouble with that injury. Yeah, we've seen players don't come back from that kind of injury, man. ACL. Do you know what I mean? Was Broja's one ACL or was it Achilles? I think it was ACL, wasn't it? Pretty sure it was ACL. Mason Mount, I'll be very, very surprised how he makes it to the team, man. I'll be very surprised how he makes it to the team, because the team literally now has a wealth of talent, man. There's no disrespect to J5, but we can have an agreement and send him to Benfica to replace Enzo. I even said a few days ago, if we want to give players, why not send Jorginho down there? But at least J5 fits the profile somewhat. Also, J5's contract ends in the summer anyway, win-win situation. I'm down for that. If J5 is okay to go to Benfica, because you're going to have to get the players okay as well. You can't just send the player away. The player will need to agree. And who knows? Maybe Jorginho doesn't agree to Benfica, and maybe that's why it may not happen. But we'll see. If there is a player chance to send a player that way, I'm all open for any player, to be honest. You guys need to remember we must keep a few English players. The Prem has rules on amount of English players we have. Yeah, I think we'll have enough. Reece James, Chukwuemeka, Lewis Hall, Jermaine. Who else is there? I'm sure. I mean, Mason Mount definitely will still be part of the team. Can start from the bench. Chilwell, Ben Chilwell, forgot about him. Ben Chilwell is still there. So that shouldn't be a problem. Sterling, how are we forgetting all these players? Sterling, yeah, absolutely. Miz, do you think Chelsea would go for Rice in summer if Enzo comes in? Rice seems to prefer Arsenal. Do you know what? I want to bring up a particular tweet because Ibsy, I don't know if you guys follow Ibsy on social media, on Twitter. Ibsy, he is a funny character, man. He is so funny. He tweeted out... By the way, apparently, I don't know if this is true. Lewa Colwell as well. Chalaba, man, how are we forgetting all these names? Exactly. There's plenty of English players. Plenty of English players available. Madueke is English as well. By the way, guys, Ibsy, I don't know whether this is true, but looks like it is. He's mad. This kid is actually mad. Ibsy is mad. Enzo unliked. Apparently, Enzo unliked 9 minutes ago. He said, well, last night, Ibsy went around saying, yo, and Enzo Fernandez apparently liked his message. Ibsy said, are you coming to Chelsea? And Enzo Fernandez put a heart. Everyone was sort of saying to Ibsy that, nah, you're lying. But apparently he wasn't. Like, he full showed video and everything that he wasn't lying one bit. It was Enzo Fernandez that did this. Responses, there you go, responses. Enzo Fernandez, So Enzo Fernandez actually replied to Ibsy by putting a heart. It's quite mad. Eunice then retweets that. Yeah, Ibsy was on fire. He was actually on fire. Apparently this morning, Enzo unliked it. Of course he's going to unlike because it's created a bit of a mayhem. But what I wanted to show you guys was this. Look at this. This was so hilarious. He tweeted to Alex Goldberg, serious question. If Declan Rice is Chelsea's #1 midfield target, why are we going to splash 100 million on Enzo Fernandez? Look at this. Look at this, ladies and gentlemen. 8 windows, 0 bids. Over $1 billion has been spent. Wanted to sign De Jong, Caicedo, Enzo, Bellingham before Rice. Let it out, brother. Alex, it's okay to be sad. I don't even know if we were ever, honestly speaking, I don't even know if we were ever interested in Declan Rice. I don't really think we were ever interested in Declan Rice. I think it was all English media. It was all these big accounts hyping it all up. I really don't think Chelsea as a football club was ever interested in Declan Rice. Maybe the name might have popped up, but I don't think we ever because if we really wanted to put, like, look at what we're doing for Enzo Fernandez. Look at the money that we're looking to outlay for Enzo Fernandez. If Declan Rice was the primary target for us in midfield, well, we're not really showing it. We're not really showing it. Because when do we start slandering Enzo after we realize he's not Xavi? I'm keen to know because look how this fan base turned Kai into toilet paper. Look, I think we need to understand. Look at the way he plays in Benfica. Look at what he's done so far in Champions League against PSG, Juventus. Benfica topped their group. And look at what he did in the World Cup. This guy is a serious player. I will be astounded. I'll be astonished if he comes to Chelsea Football Club and he flops in the likes of Havertz. I will be supremely astounded. I think at that point, we might as well pack it all up and then just shut up shop with this football club, if that ever happens. I'm very confident Enzo Fernandez will work out. Very, very confident. If we buy Enzo and want to get the best out of him, we will need a player like Rice or any other top-level destroyer. We'll see, man. We'll see. We'll see, man. I mean, not every team operates in that manner, man. You can have an Enzo, and you can potentially still have a player like, I don't know. Just trying to think some of the teams. Like, look at Brighton, man. Even without Caicedo, who they have? Did they have McAllister and someone else in midfield? Like, it's not necessary that you need a Declan Rice type of a player. Caicedo and Enzo, 100%. But I do agree, though. I do agree that Rice and Enzo would be good. Would be good, because then Rice doesn't have to think about ball playing. But Enzo is smart, man. Enzo can play as the deep line. He can play as the deepest midfielder. Yeah, Arjun, Pascal Gross. Yeah, Pascal Gross and McAllister were in midfield against Liverpool in the FA Cup. It's all about understanding a system, man. It's all about understanding a system. It's not all about tackle and physicality, interceptions, reading the play, controlling the football, controlling the midfield. That's more important. Top Dog RLG, thank you so much for the super chat. Who in the current squad would you pair with Enzo? With Enzo, I do want to have two midfielders side by side. I don't know if I really want a double pivot, but you can literally pair anyone, to be honest. You can pair anyone. You can have an Enzo and you can have maybe a Zakaria. Enzo and Zakaria, I think, would be really decent. Enzo and Kovacic, Enzo and Kante. It works out for anyone. It would literally just work out with anyone. I think Enzo and Zakaria would be really nice. And then once Kante is fit, Enzo and Kante would be sensational. Valan, thank you so much for the super chat, my man. McAllister is blueprint of how Enzo gonna play. Exactly. We see exactly how McAllister plays for Brighton. Ben Jacobs' tweet. Let's have a look at Ben Jacobs. Someone saying Ben Jacobs' tweet. Let's bring this up. 2 minutes ago. A big day for Chelsea as they tried to agree a deal for Enzo Fernandez. Chelsea pushing and progressing and could go as high as the 105 million release clause, but success is about structure, not just a number. That's the most important part that we got to realize. It's not about the 105 million because, as I've always said, Chelsea have the money. They can go 105, 110, 120, 130, whatever the case is. It's about the structure. Don't make us pay all of that at once. Give us a payment structure. We'll pay you more. We'll give you more. That's where it all comes down to. Enzo Fernandez has made it clear, as reported, he wants the Chelsea move. This is fantastic. You don't want to make the player upset. He wants to come to Chelsea. Chelsea also takes some encouragement from the fact this type of deal looked possible early in January before they decided to table a lower bid. Rui Costa's stance remains release clause on nothing, and that he wants to keep Fernandez. Chelsea have always downplayed triggering it, but an offer matching it or close with different payment terms might yet succeed. Benfica know they won't get close to this value come summer. See, this is the other thing. Benfica know they're not going to get this money. You can have this release clause. You will not get a single club triggering it. You won't. We are looking to do that and go beyond. Just give us a payment structure. Allow us to pay this over some installments. Chelsea's ownership, again, directly involved. Beautiful. Love the fact that owners are involved. Behdad Eghbali has been active all window, and as with Mikhailo Mudryk, is happy to do face-to-face talks abroad to get deals done. Pulling off Fernandez would be an astonishing way to close the window for Chelsea. It would it would be unbelievable. It would literally be unbelievable. We get Enzo Fernandez, I think it would be, oh my God, what a sensational window. Like we literally leave nothing, not much to do in the summer. And we can completely focus on the preseason. We can completely focus, hopefully Graham Potter's still around at that time, Potter to just work on the players. And maybe we can focus on, getting rid of some of these players. We don't need to do too much business in the summer. Because honestly, if Boehly and Eghbali are flying to Portugal, it's because they will get Enzo 100%. Whatever money Benfica wants, they will give. Yeah, I love it. I hope they travel there. I really do. No one can offer that kind of money in summer other than us, so it's a no-brainer that Enzo should be sold right away. 100%. Behdad deserves more prop. He seems like someone who gets the job done, man. Not many people talk about it. He seems to get the job done. What you think if these signings next season, Potter don't get to top 6, then who can replace him? Mourinho 3.0 or Hansi Flick or Luis Enrique? Look, I mean, I don't want to think too far ahead. Right now, I'm still focusing on Graham Potter. I'm expecting him to do well. Once this window is closed, I'm expecting Graham Potter to pick up victories. Victories after victories after victories. I want to go on a bit of a run. Do you know what I mean? I want us to go on a bit of a winning run. We'll see. We'll see. When that time comes, we'll see. Mourinho 3.0, look. Mourinho, man, one of my all-time favorite managers, man. I would love him 3.0, but I understand, man. Football has gone, it's past him now. Like the ideologies, like his ideas are a little bit prehistoric. Hansi Flick, yeah, not bad. But he's still Germany coach, isn't he? Germany manager. So I'm not really sure if that's going to happen. Luis Enrique, yeah, he's good manager as well. I don't mind. Zidane is a big name. I would love to get Zidane. I think Zidane would be balling. That's wrong. If teams get new owners, those guys will splash money in their first window as well. There will be other clubs who would pay this money in the summer. That's wrong. If teams get new owners, yeah, okay, fair enough. If Man United gets a new owner, Liverpool gets a new owner, maybe they might come into the game. The other factor that we are going so hard on this is because we want to utilize that 7.5, 80 contract so that we can amortize that money, that loophole that we found. This is another reason we're going in hard again. Because come summer, UEFA has changed all these rules. Do you know what I mean? So this is a big reason why we are pushing for Enzo Fernandez even harder now, so that we can utilize those that loophole that we have with the long-term contract and the amortization that we can do over that period. Understand Chelsea are negotiating with Benfica again right now, as they have confirmed to Benfica intention to proceed with 120 million euros bid in installments for Enzo Fernandez. It's a crucial day. Rui Costa expected to decide after he always asks for the release clause. I hope this guy, I hope he doesn't ruin this situation for us. I hope he acts sensibly, and I hope he agrees to this. And that's a lot of money to knock back. I truly hope Rui Costa now does the right thing. Truly hope Rui Costa does the right thing. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to wrap things up. Still over 800, nearly 850 people live. Smash the like button. If we can get up to 300 likes, that will be fantastic. I'll just take a couple of more comments before we wrap things up. We had a great window, but what is unbelievable is that we are 10th still. We could attract players. Mudrik said bye-bye to the Premier League toppers Arsenal. It's mad. It just shows that the project that our owners talk about and the way they're selling the project to all of these players are believing in it. And when you see the plethora of talent that's come through, how can us as fans not believe in it as well? Like the talent that we now possess in our club, it screams for success. It screams for success. It just needs now Graham Potter to put things together. It really does. It really does. Stuart G, good to see you. Fingers crossed for Enzo, guys. Yep, we're going to wrap things up. And look, I'm going to go to bed very, very soon, but I'll be up very early. So if something happens, best believe we'll come live again, and we'll be here sharing our thoughts and having a discussion and interacting. So do look out for that. Smash the like button before you go. If you're here for the first time, subscribe. We are so close to 20,000. I think less than 200 away, less than 200 subscribers. So let's do that. Yeah, I'm pretty certain I'm going to see you guys again sometime later today on a live stream or a video. It's going to be mad. It'll be very, very mad to the end of this particular window. I'm positive. I think Enzo Fernandez will happen. Until next time, everyone. Take care. See ya.